So nerds, welcome back, and I found these at my local Walmart. I've been seeing these scattered around a few Walmarts in my local area for $12.97, I believe, or $12.98, so pretty cheap in the action figure aisle if you're looking to get anything turtle-wise or to get turtle-fied. These are reissues, obviously made by Nickelodeon. You won't have the Nickelodeon stamp, I assume, on the original, as I've never actually seen the original packaging for quite a while, since I was a child. So yeah, these do count as blasts of the past and toys I used to have, because my dad, God bless his soul, actually stood in a Toys R Us line for about 4 to 5 hours, if I remember correctly, for all 4 of these guys. I could only find Leonardo and Raphael, respectively. But yeah, let's take a look and see how good they are. Firstly, the package is pretty faithful to the original. I mean, it's even got like the Playmates logo at the bottom. You know, you got your warnings at the bottom. All that technical stuff that kids don't really care about, you phased it out at the bottom. Raphael, Weapon Sai on one, and Leonardo, Weapon Katana Blades, if you can read that, on the other. But we're gonna look at Raft first. Yeah, the artwork's pretty faithful, if not the original. If it's recreated, they've done a really good job, because would have fooled me. Got Raphael there spinning his side like a weird ass pizza there. So on the back, you've basically got the original breakdown of the original story from the cartoon, at least, but done in a comic book style, which is pretty neat. It's cool. It's a bit of a blast from the past, retrogasm. I like how calm Splinter is, just, you know, pouring in ooze into the sewer just like it's a normal thing he does on a Tuesday, like, oh, I've got to do this and then take out the trash. Oh, god damn. But yeah, you've got the originals all looking in their toyetic kind of faces there, mean. I have seen all 4 at separate Walmarts, and for the price they are, for like 13 bucks, it's pretty good. I mean, it's probably adjusted to inflation, because if I remember correctly, these were like under $10 back in the late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, you've got the little cutout one for Raft with his bio, and yeah, normally people are going to want to keep these in their packaging, but it's a mass retail chain. If these are only going to Walmart, none of these are going to be that great. I mean, packaging's a little bent so it doesn't stay flat, and along the bottom there's loads of gashes and bits where it's been knocked around. So these aren't ever, if you find one of these mint straight fresh out of the box that no one else has touched, by all means buy it, keep it in there. But yeah, that's Raph. Next, and a nice little attention to detail on Raph's, everyone was red, and on Leonardo's, everyone was blue. And there's different artwork, obviously, because Raft was down here at the side, so now Leonardo is taking his place as he's in the packaging. But yeah, the toys look pretty darn good. Even on the little weapons tray, I like the fact they've got it almost identical, if not identical, to how it came back in the 80s. So we'll take another look. It's the same little story, same old Shredder looking bored. The same collectible, one good turtle deserves another. And Leonardo's bio cutout. And Leonardo's package is even worse. I mean, there's this cutout. His package is totally bent from the side view. Yeah, that's... So that's packaging, and as you can see, red on one side, blue on the other. Separate artwork, but it kind of gels together, so you don't really notice until you actually take a better look at it. So let's get these guys out of the packaging and see what's what. So badam, out of their package clamshells with their respective weapons trays. These look great, shiny, brand new. They smell like regular plastic, not very cheap, but in hand they feel almost, they don't feel cheap, but they don't feel great either. They've got all the same articulation, ball joint, straight peg joint, wrist rotation, or upper arm rotation, or mid rotation, head rotation. So yeah, same articulation, better paint apps if I remember, and it's kind of sloppy in some places. You can see there's some green poking through here at the side, there's some blue there, but the rubber on the belts and buckles feels almost identical. It's actually in hand a complete nostalgia trip. I remember picking at these as a kid, and yeah, the paint's a little bit more vibrant. You can probably tell just on the camera, but yeah, the paint has been applied okay, just a little bit more attention to detail. I can kind of get a feel that these were rushed out, because I don't remember seeing anything alluding to these guys coming out at all. So this was a random find in just a regular Walmart of mine. And stand up, there you go. And it's kind of strange because I was not expecting to ever see original Turtles on the shelves. We got those 4-packs, if I remember correctly, from like GameStop and Target maybe, I think. But oh, and there was one at Walmart as well. So again, with the reissues, I've only seen those 4-packs, and they came from different eras of the Turtles. And the Turtles through the ages with the separate Turtles. So you had one for Leonardo, one for Donatello, one for Michelangelo, one for Raphael. But yeah, some of the paint is really well applied, and then some of it, like here, there's no black, you'll notice, behind Raft's teeth. But on Leonardo's, there is. So, and again, with the paint splotching, if you look at these from a distance, these are pretty good. And again, with the really nice matte finish on the shell with all the scars and stuff. But again, there's tiny little splotches I'm noticing of paint in places that they really shouldn't be. But again, same peg joint and arm, same wrist rotation, same ball joint. So these are accurate 100% to how they were back in the original lineup when these were first released. But yeah, it feels good to have them in hand, and they're gonna go great on a shelf somewhere. And it would be good if they carried on releasing them. I love reissued Shredder or Baxter Stockman. If they just released the Turtles, it would kind of be a bit, what's the point? If you're going to release the original Turtles, all 4 of them, Playmates, why not go crazy? If these sell, or if they came out and sold out and I just got the last drips of them on store shelves, why not go into the villains market? You could have a whole wave of villains, and honest to God, I think they'd sell, because the Turtles are good, but everyone loves a nice little villain collection, I think. But yeah, the rubber on this feels good, solid. The colors are really nice colors that on the paint apps. It's just they seem a little bit sloppy in some places, and these were either rushed out with no fanfare, and that's really bugging me with the no paint behind the teeth. These were either rushed out or just not really thought about. So yeah, and already remembering as a child trying to get these guys to stand up, never easy. So here we have the Turtles all weaponed up. Each comes with whatever this is, 2 ninja stars, their pizza cutters of doom. Again, I don't know what they're called, but the weapon slots for the swords at the back on Leonardo as they used to be, and on the front for Raft. Raft, I noticed, does have an extra thing in the back for weapon storage. Leonardo doesn't have anything else in the front. I've just noticed that, but the weapons have a little bit of a cleaner cut, obviously because I am a adult human man now and I can use scissors. But back in the day, all my weapons had plastic runoff just because I had to. If you weren't allowed scissors as a kid, most of your weapons would have had either a parent do them and have them clean like this, or you'd have to do themselves and you'd have bits of plastic runoff. But the weapons are good. I assume that these smaller ones are used for climbing and then just climb up. But yeah, the weapons are good. No paint apps, original kind of orangey plastic, designed so that kids won't smash their eyes out or at least hurt themselves or anyone else. But yeah, Raft all side up. It's pretty badass, or will do once he's on the shelf. And again, such a nostalgia hit, but even with the weapons and it being on a shelf, those missing paint apps on the teeth is going to be noticeable for a while. So again, pizza cutters of doom, or pizza cutter and pizza slice of doom. The joints don't feel bad once you move them a couple of times. Straight out of the pack, they feel a bit stiff and wobbly, but even now, after a couple of minutes, feel much better. Sword up here. Yep. And sword up there. And there they are. So, yeah. The color schemes on both turtles are good. The paint, for the few paint apps there are pretty good and bold and feel very fresh. But for the most part, I'm not sure. I'd probably finish the collection, finish the 4 turtles off, and then forget about it. And just as I was finishing talking there, I noticed that Leonardo doesn't have any teeth on this side or paint at all. So unless they spend a little more on quality control, if they keep on bringing these guys out and all the sports and medieval variants and all the other gimmicky variants they were doing in the early to mid 90s, and the villains, this is one line that I'm just not going to be. I'll get the other two, Donatello and Michelangelo, just to round off the gang, but really, the quality control for simple little figures like this should be, in my view, a lot better. You can forgive something like Transformers with a lot more intricate details and parts, like the mix-up on the Galvatron shoulders. It's so first world problems, I know, but for me, these are a nice little nostalgia trip, and the price was good, but just looking at these now, they look good in the light and the paint's fresh, but for the $12, $13 that Walmart is asking, you could probably find one of these in not so great condition at a flea market, obviously with no weapons or no belts. So for that, yeah, you do get a bit more bang for your buck. But the sloppiness of all the paint and everything, which is such a minor gripe, but what are you going to do? It's 2022, post-COVID times. I'll be honest, I got the nostalgia hit, and then I got a little disappointed. So the last question, would I recommend these to anyone else, Turtles fans new or old? And as display pieces, no. As figures, yeah. If you're going to throw one of these at a small kid, that'll do the job. They're not going to complain or worry about paint apps. They're just going to see the Hero Turtles, Ninja Turtles, if you're in America, Hero if you're in Europe, and be happy with what they've got, especially as they have all the weapons and belt accessories. But for any collectors, it's a hard pass. Yes, I'll finish off the team, but that's it. If they just re-released these and they didn't do a very good job of it, what was the point to begin with? And that is the question that I will leave you with. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good week. Stay safe out there. And until next time, nerds, stay nerdy. This is Raphael in a small box on the internet saying, please like this video and subscribe for more Toy Scourge content. Ref, what are you doing? I don't know anymore, Leo. I don't know.